Developing tonight, the CDC confirming 2 people, including one here in Georgia, are dead from a rare tropical infection.
It is called meliodosis. It is known as Whitmore's disease. And joining us now is Dr. Jennifer McQuiston from the CDC. Doctor, we're glad to have you this afternoon. Let's start with the symptoms of meliodosis. Hopefully I'm saying this correctly. It can include cough, shortness of breath, vomiting, fever, rash to the face or the abdomen. You know, it sounds like the flu too. So what can you do to make sure that this doesn't get misdiagnosed?
Meliodosis really does have a lot of different symptoms that can come with it. Luckily, it's a rare bacterial infection. It's not very common, but it can be easily misdiagnosed as other things. So the most important thing to do is to go and see your doctor when you're not feeling well. They'll take a look at your symptoms. And what we're doing is encouraging doctors for people with unusual symptoms suggestive of a bacterial infection that's maybe not responding to the normal antibiotics to think about meliodosis.
And Dr. McQuiston, these patients, from my understanding, don't have any direct connection, hadn't been out of the country because this is often found in tropical locations. So how can you catch it?
You know, it really is unusual to see meliodosis cases in the United States. It's usually in people who've traveled overseas. This is a bacterial infection that you can pick up from contact with soil or water in other countries. The fact that we've had now 4 cases of meliodosis in the United States in people who have no history of international travel is a little concerning to us. It's one of the reasons we're paying attention to this. And the other thing is the type of bacteria that we've been able to test in the laboratory, they seem to be related to each other. It looks like they have a pattern when we do genetic testing on them that suggests that maybe they all came from the same source. So that's one of the reasons we're looking into this.
I know you're very early into this investigation and with your research, but with the 4 cases of those individuals who died from this disease, is there anything that has been common outside of traveling internationally?
Just to correct, there's been 2 fatal cases and then 2 cases that have not died, and they all look like they're linked. To date, we've not been able to find a common link between these patients. There have been some adults, there have been some children. They seem to come from very different backgrounds. They've come from different states across the United States. So we've not yet been able to identify a specific link, but we are working hard to try to see if we can figure that out. We are going to interview the family of the Georgia case this week and try to figure out what they may have come in contact with, what products they may have used, what they may have eaten, and that might help provide some clues that can help lead us to the source.
Dr. Jennifer McQuiston from the CDC, we appreciate your insight and we'll continue to monitor this story and keep you posted both on air and online.